Hello, welcome to my channel's Al's 125-pound weight loss journey. And today we're going to talk about motivation to exercise, something important to me since normally that's something easy for me, but in the past, I say 6 months, it's been more challenging. Part of that is from um, different pain in the body, and I get into that later, but I just wanted to see if I can help motivate others to exercise because some people, most people, don't like to exercise. So I'm gonna give you some of the strategies that I use. And first up, as a disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a licensed physical trainer. These are some of the things I discuss as what has helped me to be motivated because I myself wasn't always big into exercise uh, myself. And like I said, I'm having trouble getting back on track, but I'm going to share the strategies that got me going on today that I think will lead me to do it every day. So glad I got that out the way. And since I'm going to be bringing you videos like this and others to help us all lose weight and deal with the challenges of ups and downs during the journey. If you'd like to join and see that journey, or you like what we put out, please like the video. Also, subscribe and also hit that notification button so you can see videos as they load in the system. My previous video talked about some of the um, things I've been doing recently um, and dealing with. So, and those are just to get those out of the way is back issues. I've had those for a long time, and this newest issue I have is on my one of my elbows has tendonitis in it, and um, and I've been dealing recently with my knee problem. It comes and goes, but it's back again. One of my knees has arthritis in it, so it just makes it challenging. So let's get right into it. So, what's motivations to exercise? Okay, so what I found to work successfully since I've been exercising for decades now is to basically give yourself permission to say, this is what I'm going to commit to. Because motivation is just something that does exactly what it says. It's going to make you do it every day. So what I do is I think of the benefits of exercises. And by the way, my next video I'm gonna put out will give you some. It'll be titled just that: exercises, benefits of exercises. I haven't decided if I'm going to do shorts or if I'm gonna put in just one video format like this. But nevertheless, that's coming up. So you might want to hit that notification to see that. So once you get the benefits of exercises, and it may be some things you already know about, but then there'll be other things you hadn't um, thought about, and those things, when you add them up and appeal to you, will help you say yes. Because the biggest thing with exercise is saying in your mind, putting in your mind, just think of something that you really wanted, like some people like going to concert tickets. People were buying up, for example, Beyonce tickets not long ago, $600 a piece, because they were motivated to go get them. So you have to use that same kind of motivation. And motivation to me is you giving yourself permission to say, yes, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this because that's what I really like. So that's why I think my next video was showing you some benefits of exercises will help you say yes, this is worth me. And then just think of it another way is you are number one, meaning that your health, as they say, is wealth. So if you're um, not as healthy, and that's one of my biggest motivations is I want to be healthier. I'm I'm in my 50s. So every time I look around, I'm getting a new diagnosis. My wife just had to go through something recently where they seeing things that they thought were bad in the scans. So when you're dealing with that, that's another motivation for me to, hey, I may not feel like it, but I think it's worth it because, hey, it's going to make me healthier. It's going to make me stronger. And in the long term, you can look at it that way. Another motivation I have is that I want to be weak and fragile when I'm, much older. And my background is I sell Medicare plans, so I talk to a lot of elderly people all the time, and some of them are really struggling in their day-to-day existence, and some of it is out of their control. For example, if they're in a car accident, that's a different thing. But a lot of times, a lot of things we bring on ourselves, and because we didn't take care of ourselves. So, like I said, my number one motivation is to take care of self. So that's enough motivation right there for me. But it may be something else for you entirely. But you have to find you have to accept it to yourself. Hey, I want to do this things because most people know exercise is good for them, but they don't think they have enough time. And you can come up with strategies because I'm busy. Most of us are busy all the time. But let's just say you say I'm so busy in my life I can't commit an hour to exercises, or I can't commit 30 minutes to exercise because my day is full doing this, that, and the other, taking care of kids. I've got to do chores. I've got to work. A whole litany of things you have to do. So you can always if you said, "Hey, I can't do 30 minutes," you can always break it up, meaning that maybe you don't have a 30-minute window because everything is so tight, but maybe you have 10 minutes several times a day, and then you can just do 10 minutes per exercise 3 times a day. That still gives you 30 minutes. So no matter if you have to break it up, it all adds up to that. And the experts say, you know, exercise at least 30 days. I'm sorry, 30 minutes a day, or at least 150 minutes a week. So I encourage myself to exercise even more because I'm trying to make my goals. So before I go further, I am live. Let me check to see if I have anybody chatting in the chat box. One moment. Okay, I don't see any chats as of yet. No problem. All right. So to give you an idea, I was mentioning back on exercise. I went back to exercise today because, like I said previously, I've been making myself accountable more on my weight because a couple videos I put out before where I lost like 9 pounds in a week, and since then I've been on the scale 2 weeks after that, and I've gained a pound each time. So, in other words, the last two weigh-ins after that 9 pound loss, I've gained 1 pound for each week, a total of 2 pounds since then. So, I know I need to tighten up what I eat more whole foods, and I also need to start exercising because all of that combined will help get me on the positive side of reducing that weight. So that's the reason why I weigh myself once a week instead of 1 month from now or every month, because then you can see how you're doing and you can adjust. So, um, so whatever your goal is to lose the weight, and it's not easy. So you have to acknowledge that. But it is the good news. It is doable if you commit yourself to doing that. So speaking of my exercise, restarted today. It's been a while since I've exercised, as I said earlier. I did 40 minutes. I broke these up. So I did two sets of 20 minutes on the elliptical for a total of 40 minutes. And in that, if I add up the calories for both of those workouts, I burned a total of 423 calories in that 40 minutes on elliptical. And I also walked a total of 1.6 miles for those two sets um, of training. And initially, I was scheduled, I want to do an hour a day, but I was running out of time because I had to do um, some extra stuff that I was doing and kind of ran out of time. In fact, my bedtime is in about half an hour, so I'll make this a quick video. But at least that'll give you some strategies. So find motivations, things that motivate you, as because if you can say why this is important to yourself, and then give your permission to do this, because you can think of, if you the time you spending, watching TV or YouTube. I'm addicted to YouTube. So sometimes I do stuff like, well, I earn my YouTube viewing long as I do some movement or exercise. So that's a strategy I use to get me up and going and not to make an excuse, because then if I do the exercise and I feel better, not guilty for watching YouTube, for example. So there's many, many hours in a day and many, many minutes in a day as well. And it's important to eat right and exercise as well. So you can leave in the comments what's some of your what are some of your biggest reasons why it's hard for you to exercise. And on the flip side, if you're a person that loves exercise normally like I do, what are some of your motivations? And that way we can help each other on our journey of getting ourselves off the couch and doing what we need to do. And looking at my list here, looks like I went over everything I wanted to talk about. So to summarize, motivation. Motivation is something you're saying yes and you're committing to do this exercise, and you're committing to do it regularly. And because you want to have success, you can visualize, okay, if I do this, or I've done it in the past and it worked well for me, because I've done it in the past as well. Now, when I was in high school, before high school, I never exercised at all, other than playing in sports in the yard with the neighbors. Outside of that, I didn't do exercise, if you will. Um, but what motivated me at that time was, as soon as I graduated high school, my dream was to get into the military. So I went down to the military, talked to a recruiter. I had everything going for me except I was overweight. That's the only thing that was holding me back. So leaving that recruiter's office, I now had motivation. The only thing holding me up, because he went over all of my stuff and he says, "You're good to go except for this one thing." And I had to lose about 30 pounds to get into the military. So that day, walking back to the train station, I had candy in my pocket and I threw that away. So that was letting me know I was getting serious. I never would throw away any sweets because that's one of my weaknesses. But I had, as I was walking back to that train to go home, I was already committing, because I was doing something I had never done, and doing that long ride back to make me think. So this is back in the '80s, so we didn't have internet. I decided I didn't know anything about exercise or diet, but I was going to go to the library and get a book on diet and get a book on exercise. And that's exactly what I did. I went to the library shortly after. I got a book on eating rice dishes, and I also got a book on running. So all of a sudden, and I couldn't run in the beginning. I had to build up. Um, we lived on an acre of land, so I would walk like 20 paces around the yard, and then I would slowly walk and jog some. And then it got to the point where I could jog throughout the whole thing. And it became addictive because you get that runner's high. And so I was doing it every day, even if it was raining, because if I missed a day, I would feel bad physically. So, to make a long story short, I had to lose 30 pounds. I ended up losing 60 pounds in like 6 months. And then I was able to join the Air Force. So that was my motivation. So that would mean if you can visualize what's important to you, it can help motivate you in itself because you say, okay, this is what I really, really don't want to do. Just like when you really want those, in that example I said earlier, those Beyonce tickets. You might not even have the money then, but you so motivated to do it, you figured out a way and sacrifice and whatever to get you those tickets. The same thing with your health and motivation. Look for reasons to say yes, because the number one success thing is to say yes to yourself, and then you'll take it from there. Because once you want something, you'll figure it out, and just naturally, things that come to you that you never even thought of. Just like when I was taking that candy out my jacket to go on my journey, I had never lost weight at all, but soon as I had made that commitment, things just start happening naturally. And then I'm here, so you can see I've done had successful weight loss a few times, and so you can check out my previous videos. And thank you for listening. And like I said, upcoming is I'm gonna be putting out a video shortly of reasons to exercise or the benefits of exercise. And I thank you for listening. And again, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And good luck to you on your journey. And you have a great day.